The Rebel Scum Podcast. Available in video on YouTube and audio wherever you listen to your podcasts. Every week, Brock and James talk the latest rumors, news, and theories from a galaxy far, far away. Support us on Patreon for exclusive offers and join the Star Wars discussion. Patreon.com/Rebel Scum Podcast. Here are your hosts, Brock and James.
You're always scum. Rebel Scum.
Rebel Scum! Episode 347 of the Rebel Scum Podcast. I'm Brock. This is...
You're looking up at me. I'm James.
And special guest, Heidi, executive producer.
Heidi.
The drought is over. We have new Star Wars content. Is everyone happy?
It's pretty wizard.
Yeah.
I'm miserable.
Oh,
Wizard.
why?
Hey, how about Fantasia calling wizard and they say it twice? Like, come on.
Did they say it twice? I only caught once.
First episode and when they're in detention, he goes, "Your bike's pretty wizard." And the second episode, they say wizard. Yeah, twice. Two wizard references.
There it is.
Yeah, this is gonna be a rough one.
That's all good. Sorry, well, it was in the first one as well?
Yeah, when they're in detention.
Nice. Oh,
He says, "Your bike is so wizard."
Nice. I love it. Where should we start? Are we saying thumbs up to these two episodes? Are we saying yay? Are we saying nay? Or is that middle? I'm thumbs up. It seems like Heidi, you're thumbs up as well.
Yeah.
I give it a 10 out of 10. No,
Oh!
I really enjoyed these episodes.
Nice.
Really enjoyed them. I thought they were fun.
Nice. Should we start with characters? Like, we kind of had a general idea of who the characters were going to be, but do we have any... Does it feel like we have new insight? Well, obviously we have new insight, but it's like, are the characters shaping up different as we had it in our minds? Anybody?
Well, I think Neil's comic relief.
Yeah.
I think they're exactly as we predicted. Neil was, I think I was expecting a lot from Neil, and I think we got a lot from Neil.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Neil.
Nice.
Neil's like the fat kid from
The Goonies.
Yeah. I don't think he was doing the truffle shuffle, but yeah.
It really went hard on Goonies, man. It was like, hey, remember Goonies? Well, keep remembering it because we're going to go hard on Goonies. Hold on. I want to raise my... Hold on. Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, it's not going to work.
I mean, it's better.
Oh, I'm in the show. I just got a notification saying I'm in the show.
You're in the show.
It's on a Donald Duck phone holder. I can't.
Well, I rest my computer on top of a cardboard box. So.
I really thought these were they were really fun. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I hope this show's fun, and it ended up being really, really fun. I thought, like, I don't think I had any complaints from the first two episodes. I think even people were making a big deal beforehand about the runtime. I'm like, no, they felt fine. They felt like they worked. Also, I've been watching Dune Prophecy, and I'm like, I don't need any more hour. I'm so happy to have a half hour. I'm like, yeah, normal time. I can live a life now and watch TV. So it was nice for that. But I will say this. I don't know how you guys felt, but watching that first episode especially, I'm like, okay, they're taking their time doing everything, which I really like. But I'm like, make a damn movie, man. Make a movie.
Well, I like the callbacks. I like the opening was definitely reminiscent of the opening to A New Hope, even down to the big ship boarded the little ship, and also the way the guards were bracing themselves for the pirates about to enter was the same position. Even the way they looked around, listened. And I think it was Jude Law who was under the mask.
Yeah.
pirate leader. On the map,
Oh, that was 100% Jude Law. Yeah.
so there were definitely Vader callbacks to the whole thing, and even how he talks to him.
Like Jude Law was like, "I'll do this if I get to wear a cool mask and use the Force," and they're like, "You got it, dude. You got it. Do both."
Pedro says it's a great paycheck. Somebody else does the mask. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no, I love that opening. I don't know why, because it's like we knew we were getting pirates, but I was like, by the end of the 2 episodes, I was like, this was really pirate heavy. I was saying to Heidi before you signed in, James, I'm like, the droid being SM-33, I was like, oh yeah, Smee or whatever, but it didn't like click in. I'm like, oh, he's a pirate as well, like Captain Smee. I'm like, fantastic. And that was until like where he defends them in the spaceport. I'm like, oh, he has a peg leg too. I'm like, oh. But I love that opening sequence. It was great. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of A New Hope. Actually, that pirate captain, what was his name in it? Brutus says it.
Brutus?
No, Brutus is the guy, but he's like
the wolf. Yeah.
What is the captain's name?
I don't know what they called him. It wasn't.
They said it. They totally said it.
Yeah, they said it. I didn't catch it. They didn't call him what Jude Law's name is on the toys.
Yeah, but that vibe of him walking in with like a big helmet like that, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like High Republic with like, they're basically just pirates that wear like masks all the time. Like, so it's just like, and they're always invading other ships. I'm like, oh, look, this is a visualization of like parts of what you read in High Republic. So that was cool.
You know what's funny? You say that is I was reading. I think it was actually on good old trusty Wikipedia. I was reading on some website the other day, and this started. Skeleton Crew started as a John Watts show that was going to take place in the High Republic, and then somewhere, I think somebody else was writing it, and then somewhere along the way, him and Christopher Ford kind of took over, and then it somehow became part of like the Mandoverse timeline. But originally it was set up, so that makes complete sense because it was they probably like had things already set like that, and that's why it's pirate heavy because the High Republic, and they were probably like, oh, I want to do this, but you know, Star Wars fans like, I want to do it in the OT trilogy, you know, that's my. So I don't know where that shift. They didn't really say why, like that was never discussed and whatever. I don't know if it was Wikipedia. It might have been like because they've been doing the rounds right now for all the press rounds, so it might have been something I read there. But yeah, it started off as a High Republic show that for whatever reason they turned into this, and I don't think anyone's ever reported why they made that change, but that makes complete sense what you just said.
Yeah, and like just the description of not the crawl, but the opening letters on the screen. They're like piracy in the hyperspace lanes. I'm like, yeah, that's the first section of High Republic. I'm like, I love it. No, it's cool. So like, it's cool. It was cool to see like the suburbs part of this that we already saw in the trailer, or the planet at. So are we assuming this planet at Atlan is like they did like, what if we put like AT-AT, like everyone says at.
Oh man, I never thought of that. That one you might be right. Yeah, that's funny.
But we got to see more of like these neighborhoods they lived in, and I'm like, they look like any other planet. It's just like there's just grass and trees, like lawn mowed trees. It's like that's what makes it feel like something we're used to, because it's like there's just fine landscaping. That's the difference between, I don't know what planet. All we go to is like ice planets and desert planets. Is like, so it's like, oh, trees around the house. I love it. Did this new type of planet take you guys out of it at all, or did you love it?
No, that's actually what I pictured. Maybe Coruscant looked at one point before it started really develop. Maybe they did have neighborhoods. I think now it's just all city blocks and probably like condos and apartment buildings.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. It didn't take me out of it. I think at one point I was like, oh yeah, it's a Star Wars show. It was engaging though. Like the show was engaging. And then it turns into a Star Wars show. I think, it's what we've been saying for a while, where it's like they put you in the real world setting so that when they get jettisoned out, you're like, oh, but I like that they all want to be on adventures. And and Wim wants to be a Jedi. And some people complain like, "Oh, he's playing with Star Wars toys." I'm like, yeah, but Rogue One, I don't remember if it's in the movie or not, but Rogue One, a Death Trooper holds one of Jyn Erso's toy stormtroopers.
Yeah.
If you remember, so like, this isn't a new thing that they've made up for this show, but I thought it was cool. I like that he had an iPad. I wonder if this is also an Apple show.
iPad or also an Etch-a-Sketch at school.
Yeah, the Etch-a-Sketch at school was awesome. The digital Etch-a-Sketch.
I wonder if that's why they stuck Neil in there as a reminder that it's a Star Wars show instead of just 3 human characters. I mean, now it's definitely. I think the beginning maybe people would have been. I mean, I wasn't taken out of it, but the beginning maybe it didn't look quite like a Star Wars show. I mean, there were definitely callbacks. I mean, the little elephant kids are watching the thing from the holiday special. The Circus Soleil act that Lumpy watching the holiday special. The little elephant twins were watching.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was like, you got to be kidding me! We're watching this. But now that they're the spaceport surrounded by pirates and all these aliens, now it definitely feels like Star Wars. Yeah, and I just thought it was funny because the 2 girls are like, "Oh, let's go over there," and she realizes it's like a poorhouse, and she's like, "No, let's not go over there."
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. You know what I was thinking was. It's like it's so not Star Wars at the beginning, but then all of a sudden they have like the Greedo character, what's that alien? The Rodian there.
Rodian.
And you're like, oh yeah, Star Wars. And it's like they did what I wish the sequels had more of, just like the familiar aliens with the new aliens, like what was the girl's name that Neil was in love with, like Ruli or something. I'm like, yeah. But like it works because you've like mixed it in with aliens, like familiar stuff of aliens. So that I really really liked. But I dug the look of the show too. I thought it was really well. Like the cinematography was really good in it too.
Yeah, I thought so too. Like it just looks like, I don't know where they shot this, if it was volume or real life. Like when they're in the forest, it felt like a forest, or am I wrong there? I don't know. What did you think?
I don't think they used the volume much, if at all, for this one. But no, it reminded me, there was the one part where he goes and he's late for school and he's riding. I'm like, this reminds me of my childhood running through it, because one of my houses I had to run through the woods to get to school because I'm not old. I'm never taking a bus, people. Never. So like we would run through forests and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this is, other than having a hover bike, I was like, yeah, and I never fell and found a spaceship or anything, but you always kind of wish you did, which is Flight of the Navigator, right?
Yeah, it's totally Flight of the Navigator.
It was like, yeah, like that reminded me of my childhood a lot, in the way they're like, oh yeah, running through the forest, having some fun, going through the grass, and hoping to find, you're always hoping to find something back then. I was like, this is cool. This is cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I liked when they stuck the gum on back of the bus driver's head.
That was a good touch.
And that's the same robot that was like Star Tours pilot, right?
Yeah.
Or no, wait. I know he looks like that. Yeah, he looks like that robot. But am I getting that right? Is he the pilot of that ride? And then C-3PO is there as well? Not anymore. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he got replaced by R2.
Oh, right.
It's late. Vermont Light says it's late. Hey.
And the episode started at 9 and it went 75 minutes. What are we gonna do? Do? I want to bring back to what you were saying, Heidi, about the Easter egg from the Christmas special that they were watching that thing. So now we've spoiler country, people. We're seeing both episodes, and it's like, we're from Atlan or whatever. They're like, that doesn't exist. Stop it. They're like, so it's like this like mystical place that nobody thinks exists. Yeah. Are we assuming? I mean, well, we also see the barrier around the planet when they get in the ship. It's like, oh, they're like, whoa, stars. We've never seen stars before. So it's like, definitely like this planet is like hidden away or something like that. When you mentioned that it's like they're watching this show from the 76 Christmas special, whatever, it's like, do you think this planet is created in that era? It's like the idea of like, we've been stuck here with no new content. So we're watching this old thing. I feel like that's gonna come back in some way. Not like huge story part, but like, you know what I mean?
Well, that makes sense because they didn't want anything to do with the Empire or the New Republic, so
Yeah.
they might have just cut themselves off from. I get a feeling they just completely cut themselves off from
Yeah.
the rest of the galaxy. Um, yeah, I just want that bathtub.
Yeah, that like romantic honeymoon bathtub that's on the top floor.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I noticed like the kid was kind of jealous of the main kid. I mean,
Yeah.
there's 4 main kid characters, but you could tell like he was jealous of Neil's family because they're all close and loving, and his dad's always having to go off to work and leave him alone. There's even a point where he says, "Can you read me a story?" And he's like, "Oh, I got to work besides. You're too old for me to read you a bedtime story." So yeah, I think he's jealous of Neil's family a little bit. So I don't know what happened to his mom.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the ending is going to be the woman and the dad. Ah, my phone. The woman and the dad are going to get together, and then they'll be like step brother and sister at the end, like that. And also is it gonna? It's gonna end. It's gonna end with that street race with her and the dude on the bike who's like, "See you on the weekend, bruh. Gonna race with," and it's gonna end, and they're gonna have Neil and Wim in the crowd be like, "Yeah, yeah," like that. That's my sister. Like that's gonna happen or something. Like, we're gonna see that. That's how I think it's gonna end, because that's how you would have ended it in 1985.
It's gonna freeze frame like the end of Rocky, where they're like,
yeah. I think it's ending with that street race though, for sure.
yeah.
Which I'm like, bring it, pod racers, bring it.
What's the girl's name? I forgot. Who has the visor?
KB.
KB. Now, is she like fully human? Because she was able to plug in that thing into the ship to get it started. So
I think it's better not to ask questions.
Podcast over.
I thought that too, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe these aren't things to ask.
See, like this is one of those things. Like ever since like Lobot from Empire, we're like, what is that thing they wear on their head? So it's like I bet it's definitely an implant, but it's just like it's not like she's like Geordie LaForge and she can't use her normal eyes, right? I'm curious myself, Heidi, about what's going on there. So it's just like it's weird that it's a child, but it's an adult. You're like, you made this choice. Like you turned 21, you became a cyborg.
Well, maybe they do that thing that they did on Tatooine where they got robot parts.
Yeah, good call. Like, yeah, maybe she had like a disease and it saved her.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I could get behind that.
I don't want to go dark.
But I mean, they're really cut off because like the one person's like, "What is white dots?" And like, I think they're planets. Like, no, they're stars. So they stars before because they've just seen the barrier. So they like they didn't even know what space looked like. Yeah. They never looked up the sky and saw stars. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
But I'm like wondering like if that girl's like Fern's mom's gonna hook up with like that guy's dad or something. They might get close. I don't know.
Oh, they're getting married at the end of this, and they're going to be siblings for season 2, and they're going to be in their college years. That's what's happening. They're going to be at the race together as brother and sister, and then he's going to look at her and be like, "Family."
Family.
They're going to offer Coronas.
Plays that like one song that's in every Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to see how they tell the story, because the dad character definitely has to come back. Like, are we thinking there doesn't seem to be any, like, it seems like a starship is unseen on this planet, right? So it's like, it's not like the dad could maybe not chase after them. So are we assuming they're going to return back to the planet? Maybe the pirates start like follow them, and then they have to like, where do we think the story is going with that? Is the pirates going to be on Atlan?
Well, Jude Law, who's the captain of the ship who got booted off of the train, he needs to get back with his crew, right? Like, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. And so he knows their planet is what the long lost city of treasure, right? That's what the long lost planet of treasure planet.
Treasure planet.
So he's gonna my guess is he's gonna try to get them home just for the sake of the treasure there, so that he can get back with his pirate boys. But along the way, he's gonna turn out to have a heart of gold, and will then have to protect the kids from said pirates at some point. Probably. And then you know what? He will also be at the race at the very end, and he's gonna be the one with the flags.
I was interesting. I feel like it started out like as a Goonies show, and then by the end of it was a Star Wars show, because there was even stuff like the girls trick the guys into doing all the digging for them, because they're like, "Oh, these girls are so stupid. Here we are we're gonna get there we're gonna get there first. We'll call what would they call, like, claimsies or something?
Claimsies. Yeah. I was like, what did they call it? Claimsies.
And then the girls are sitting like, those guys are so stupid. They're doing all the work for us.
Yeah, I love, like, granted these are like actors, but it's like I love the logic that is kids sometimes. Like, you see it, I see it with my nieces sometimes. They say things and you're like, huh, yeah, I guess that's how your brain works. So I love that part. I think it was really like it was great. Actually, like the opening where we first meet Neil, where Wim shows up and they're like, they pretend a lightsaber battle and they're like totally okay with it, and then the other kids see them, they're like, what are you even doing?
That was good.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, is there something on with the droids on that planet? Do they control the planet or something?
Yes.
Because the dad was down there trying to get his kid back, and they're like, well, your kid can't be down there. There's no, this is a restricted area. You're not allowed here, and your kid can't be here because this is a restricted area. And he goes, no, there's no ship here. And they're like, I don't know. I don't trust the droids.
Well, I think you might be onto something. I think the droids do have an operation, but I think humans are in charge. And because in the trailer we see that she meets up with Wim's dad.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm guessing he gets arrested or like taken away, and then that's how she kind of talks him, and then they figure it out from there. So I think you're onto something with the planet being controlled or policed by droids, and that would go along with it's the planet of treasure, and they're trying to stay hidden and protect themselves. But for what purpose, though? For what purpose are they? Like, okay, you got treasure, that's great, but why? What good is treasure if you're not going to use it? You know what I mean? Like what's the point of hiding it all if it's just for just to have there?
And they're like, the treasure, it's right here. The pirate's like,
emblem, the Brock Blue Jay emblem.
Yeah.
I think it's called the Planet of the Eternal Treasure.
Yeah, they said the one woman I feel like said that. It's like, yeah, you're from the planet of eternal treasure. They're like, we are.
I was too caught up on Atlantis.
At Atlan. It definitely has like a Truman Show vibe where like not everyone knows what's actually going on, or like, Fallout, how they live in a vault and they only know what's inside the vault. They don't worry about what's outside the vault, and the leaders aren't telling them. So I'm like, that's really exciting to me. I'm curious if it's maybe like a science experiment that went really well and then everyone forgot how to get there. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they have money, but it's almost like a Marxist society in a way, because they don't really get to choose what they want to do. They have to take a test, and whatever the test says is what their occupation is for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, then the money is like in perfect condition. Yeah, it's totally like there's just like there's no circulation. It's just like, here's your thing and that's it, sort of thing. Yeah. No,
I love that he hit it.
In his sock, I guess.
Yeah, in his sock.
We lost James.
Come on. There he is.
There you go.
I went away. I didn't. Nothing told me I was gone. That's weird.
Did you like that he hit it in his sock? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. But I thought you guys heard me.
We
No,
cut off it. Oh,
That's funny. I was like, oh boy. Wow.
he'll come back. He'll come back. Yeah, no, I'm pissed about this show, and I like that most of these 2 episodes were what like the trailer showed. I can't think of
Right.
anything. Oh no, that's not true. James did say that we saw the father and the
Right.
leader woman character, so it's like we saw a little bit, but like I wasn't overly shocked in these 2 episodes, which is fine, but I still feel good about like the characters and the story. I like where it's going. Yeah, like I could probably rewatch these episodes a couple more times just to get the full Easter eggs. I think we were talking about before we started the podcast. There's a lot of fun Easter eggs in this show.
I mean, honestly, I thought the opening sequence was going to be revealed to be that kid's whims, imagination.
Oh,
Those are main characters. So because
I like
it
that.
it went exactly along A New Hope. I mean, it was pretty much just A New Hope being
Yeah, no, I like it. No, that'd be amazing. And then it's like, oh, it's his imagination, and then by the end of the series, it's like he imagined things and they're actually occurring, or like,
Yeah.
no, I like that. Oh, I mean, we haven't talked about it. Steve Urkel's back.
Yeah.
one of the cyborg pirates. Got like what, 1 line, so that's cool. I'm hoping his character gets more time.
Well, I think another thing I liked is the kid actors are really good, and I feel like they're being kids. They're not being like child soldiers in a Star Wars movie. I mean,
No,
the way they
yeah.
pretend to be like that kid's playing with his toys and they pretend to be Jedi.
Yeah, like when Wim and Neil are coming back from school the day before, or like the day before they have the exams, and he's like, "You got to get studying. It's a big important today." And then they're walking normal, and then Neil runs the rest of the way inside. I'm like,
Yeah.
he might be just excited to see his family, but the same note, it's just sort of like kids just do that. They're just like, I'm just gonna start running now. So I just like those little details. You just like the characters. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I like it. I also kind of enjoyed that you couldn't see his mouth a lot of the time when he was talking until he's like super excited. He's like, ah, but like,
I think the one girl, Fern, said, "Shut your trunk," and he said, "I don't speak out of my trunk."
I don't speak out of my trunk. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. That's great, and it's just like, I'm glad he's not super. What's the word? In the CG is not like very, very detail oriented. I like it's a little bit cartoony to kind of give like an 80s vibe, if that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, I love Neil. Neil's my character for sure.
Yeah, it's almost like if somebody in the Star Wars universe, at least the opening, not when they get into space and meet Jude Law, but up until they find the spaceship, it's almost like if somebody in the Star Wars universe decided to make Goonies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was trying to just remember, what's the pirate character that we get from Mandalorian that's returned in this one? What's that guy's name?
I don't remember his name.
Vane.
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 Yes. Thank you.
I'm back
like,
to tell you about Vane.
Vane. Don't put your camera on. Leave it.
I'm not going to. It's not worth it.
It pulses when you talk. Hello, angels.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. It just happened to us, so I feel like there's so many details that was like haven't sunk in yet. But yeah, I agree with what James said at the beginning of the episode. 10 out of 10. What do you guys think?
I mean, I say 10 out of 10. I mean, there was a lot of fan service, but it was fan service done right. It's not fan service just for the sake of throwing stuff there. I mean, it's a love letter to the fans, but it's not obnoxious.
No,
That's what begs the question: what's fan service and what's just telling a story in the universe that you're telling it in?
Yeah, true. I think it's like it's not. I'm not gonna be like tomorrow at work. Be like, you have to see this. It'll change Star Wars forever. But it's just like, no, excellent execution of entering us into a cool new story. So,
and that's exactly what Star Wars needs, because Star Wars is getting trampled on everywhere, right? Like, it needed like a fun, down to earth story that just reminded you of why you like Star Wars to begin with. That's really all it is.
I mean, like I said before, I think it's supposed to be kids who played Star Wars going on an actual Star Wars adventure.
yeah. I was actually at one point thinking, it's like, oh, how can they incorporate this into the parks? How can they have this vibe? It's like, if anything, Wim and Neil or any of these characters, like on the Space Cruiser Hotel, like that would have been a great incorporation of those characters into it. I think that would have been huge. That would be a perfect addition. But R.I.P. the Star Cruiser. So.
I'm still there. Are you gonna say I'm sorry? There? Hello?
What?
Are you there?
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here.
We can't tell if you freeze because it's just a black screen.
No, I won't freeze. It's only my audio. We're good.
Nice.
We're good.
We're good. All right.
We're good, man.
We're good.
Yo, we're really good. Like the show. The show is like, I don't know. I just felt like sometimes you just need Star Wars to be what Star Wars is, and this is what it was. Yeah. And it was nice. It was finally nice to just see Star Wars have fun and be Star Wars again.
Nice.
No, I was just gonna say I was only in Toronto once, but like 2 years ago. But with the Space Needle and the way the thing went underground, it kind of reminded me like they modeled the city after Toronto.
Yeah.
Like I'm not an expert on that. So.
It's like when you live in Southern Ontario, like I do right now, and James is a little further north. But like, if you're at the lake, that's what you see on a clear day. You see the CN Tower in some capacity. You're like, there it is.
That was the view from my apartment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's true. So it's just like, I love that. Yeah. Ah, man. Oh, Andrew's here.
Boo.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Tell him he's wizard.
He says the show is wizard, but you're still not canon, Andrew. Sorry.
He doesn't even know that you made him canon for 5
I made you canon for 30 seconds.
And it was brutal.
Took it away.
It was a tough 30 seconds, man.
I'm psyched for the next episode. I wish it was Monday already. Even though Tuesday. So it changes to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're like I don't know. They make no sense half the time. I can't figure it out. I honestly have no idea why.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I accidentally told people it was it premiered at 6 p.m. because when I went online and I looked up I knew that we were getting 2 episodes tonight, and I looked up the time that it was supposed to start, and it said 6 p.m. So I was telling people 6 p.m. Well, it turned out that meant 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, no.
Because Disney, for some reason, thinks that the world revolves around California time.
California. Yeah, I know. It always trips me up because they put that time first. It's so funny because I don't know if they do this in the States, but since we're in Ontario and our Disney Plus knows where we are, like it'll say on certain shows like shot in Toronto. I don't know if yours ever says like shot locally or anything like that.
What shows say that?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a movie too. I can't remember. There was a movie that was on like ours is different though because we don't have Hulu as well. So, but I don't even know why I said that. But anyways, yeah. So.
No, I've never.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now. It's like, yeah, we're in the Eastern Standard Time. Why doesn't it say our time first and their time second? It does not make sense.
Nope.
Nope.
You want to go to the odds?
Let's do it.
Wait.
Successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
I've never noticed in that video there's a sound that goes ow, or is that one of you?
No, that was me.
Oh. 300 and something episodes, and that's the first time I ever heard that. Anyway, if you like what we do, why don't you stop on by patreon.com/rebelscumpodcast and support us in any way we can and become one of the amazing people that love what we do. We will put out as much content as we possibly can. If our computers work, I don't know. Go to patreon.com/rebelscumpodcast, support in any way you can, and become one of the select few that we love every time they are listening. And sometimes they're here. People like Heidi Feder, executive producer, Barry Brophy, Dennis Allen, Randy Kenobi, Mary Kristen Aton, Dale Ernman, Still Fanaforth, Phil Stanaforth, Rez, Scott D,
Josh Price, Matt W, Frank Perkins, Neil, Larry, Cosmic Girl 02, Gleek Play 1, Denim Nurse, Disney Desi, Charlotte, Ron Prasak, and Jeff Wilson.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.
So what are the odds today?
Never tell the odds. The first odd, brought to you by Patreon. Wim will learn to use the Force. Wim will learn to use the Force. The Force is the Force, of course.
It's like Dr. Seuss, Star Wars. My reaction is always to be like, oh, but you know what? Maybe, because that is his storyline to see. He really wants to be a Jedi. So let's go 65%.
Ooh, Heidi?
I'm gonna go like 5% for him. But I would go, if anyone would be a Jedi, I'm gonna say it would be Neil. Because he would be the least
I'm in.
like. So for Neil, I'm gonna go 20%. I know you didn't ask about Neil, but
I love it. I'm gonna go Neil 40%.
I'm going full Brock on Wim. Because I'm not sure. Because it is, but if he's not Force sensitive, but he might be because they wouldn't know, I guess, over there. But he kind of seems like he would know. But for Neil, I'm gonna go 3,000%.
Wait. Fantastic.
All the time, real. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3,000% for Neil.
Nice.
Next, Jude Law is related to a well-known character.
Ooh. Heidi, you want to go first on this one?
I'm gonna go full Brock. I put it this way, I wouldn't be shocked if they said, "Oh, it's a clone of, it's one of CVP's clones."
He is young. He's young Dumbledore, so he can play a younger version of an older person. So it works. Works for me.
Or he's Snoke or something. I don't know.
Yes, no. I would love it. Oh, could you imagine this planet is just a whole cloning thing and a Snoke creature appears at some point? I would be surprisingly in. I'm gonna go 35%. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I still can't imagine that. Really big joint movie theater experience. I quite enjoyed it. I was like, okay, they felt a little uneven, to be honest with you. A little bit uneven. I said, okay.
Your mic sounds a little off, but
Oh boy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
What the hell's going on? Try to play. Never tell me that. Did I give mine for? No, Jude Law, well-known character, 1%.
Oh, okay, nice.
1%. The home planet will have a Jedi temple on it. So it's gonna have a home Jedi. It's actually gonna have a Jedi temple in it.
I like it because Wim was like, it's a Jedi temple. It's like, it's not a Jedi temple. And it's like, I feel like they're going to like maybe make a couple more references to him making that mistake. And then they're like, it's a Jedi temple. So I'm going to go 75%.
I'm gonna go 60%, but not for a Jedi temple, for a Bendu temple.
Oh, she
or
knows
Will
how to.
temple.
Yeah. Heidi
bringing the heat.
You get us very well, Heidi. I was like, Bindu, yeah.
Yeah,
I would
Andrew's
love that.
excited about. I'm sorry, and I just like Andrew's excited about somebody working in a brothel.
Yarna Del Gargan was working at the pirate brothel, and I forgot she existed until I saw her there. Can we get him out of here? Like, Yarna Del Gargan is a terrible name. It's like Joey Jojo, like on the Simpsons, and then someone runs out crying. That's a terrible name.
No, what was who? Did we get all the?
That is a terrible name.
Yeah. Well, that's
my odd is going to be 51%. 51%. Yeah, I say do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm really excited to learn more about this planet, honestly.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait.
I just say I have an odd or.
Oh yeah, let's do it. What is it?
This was last semester last week. I don't remember. Because they're pirates, I was just wondering if Maz Kanata was there, but I think maybe somebody already asked that last week.
No, I don't remember. I mean, I feel like we've talked about Maz recently, but like, I don't think it was last week. But even if we did, whatever, that's a great inclusion.
Wasn't she a pirate?
She was.
Unclear. Was she? Like, it's just like there's so much about her we don't know.
She's a pirate for some reason.
She's got a jetpack. I don't know.
My God. Yeah, no, she is 100% a pirate.
Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna say 80% we're gonna get Maz Kanata. Oh, that'd be amazing.
You know what? I agree because that's a character who desperately needs to be like fleshed out and become an actual character instead of just whatever the hell she was that we got. Like they're like, oh, and this character is like this. And then you see the movie and you're like, no, she wasn't. And like, then they didn't know what to do with her.
Like Lupita Nyong'o, is she busy or like what's happening? She's just being in the new Quiet Place prequel. Being in Star Wars.
You slap a paycheck and people show up.
I'm gonna go 75.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what was the odd again? Yeah, I think that's great. Like, that's a great choice of a character for sure. Like, chef's kiss. James, did you give your out on that?
I'll go 60%. But I feel like they wouldn't do it, but they should. Yeah. I do think they should. I think that character makes complete sense to show up. But that's why I also don't think that she will.
Nice. Those great odds. Should we move to top 5?
Top five standing by. Here we go.
Nice. What is top 5 this week?
Top 5 moments from the first 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew.
Oh, right. Yeah. Of course. What else would it be?
There has to be that. There's nothing else it could be.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Smee saving the day.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
Number 5.
Heidi, you want to go next?
I was gonna go with the kids being kids and some fake saber battles.
Yeah, I like that. I was actually gonna say that too. I like that scene where they pretend to be. They're just like they just drop everything and just like lightsaber battle on the sidewalk, and I'm like, that's what being a kid is. You just forget about the world around you for a second.
Is that your number 5 too?
That's my number 5. Sorry.
My number 4. Every time they said wizard.
I mean, it was so perfect.
That's so wizard.
My number 4 is I really like that opening scene. I really like that Brutus character, so they kind of go hand in hand. Like I think they were shaping up to a pretty decent villain here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the ship taking off into hyperspace.
Yeah. Yeah, like that looked really good. Like even just like coming out of the ground like that, I was like, oh, that was awesome.
Did you talk about Teak at all?
I think I was saying that to you when you. I was trying to say it to you that I was like I couldn't remember Teak's name when you were trying to figure out your computer issues before the show. But yeah, like that ferryman looks like a Teak character, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's my number 3. Bring back Teak.
Already in my head, I was like, he doesn't have as much fur because he's in space and their fur falls out. That's my headcanon on that character. Heidi, what's your number 3?
My number 3 was the dance sequence from the holiday special.
Oh yeah, that's great. My number 3 is going to be. I really like that Etch-a-Sketch in the school. I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I like that. I like it's like we have to make it look like the 80s or the 70s at some point.
Well, the graphics look like the 70s or the 80s. In fact, it looks like the original Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does look like Battlestar Galactica. That's perfect.
My number 2. Did you guys do your number 3? Your 3s?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're number 2.
My number 2. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Neil.
Yeah.
Wow, number 2. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You'll know when I say no. You won't know. Neil. Everyone makes mistakes.
My number 2 is going to be the quality of the aliens looks really good. Like the bar scene on this pirate port, whatever, like those 3 different aliens that are like fighting over who gets to take their money or whatever and ship. I was like, that's great. I mean, one is Vane, but like he's still like that's a practical and it looks good, but like that big, I don't know. I gotta rewatch it. I can't even describe these characters now, but it looked good. It looked 80s, but looked modern at the same time. If that makes sense. Heidi, what's your number 2?
I'm gonna go when Jude Law reveals himself to the kids.
We didn't even talk about that. Like
it's like every Jedi who ever reveals himself, he always pulls back the.
He's like, shh. Are you a Jedi? Shh, sir.
Can you keep a secret?
What do you know about the Force?
Everything. I want to be one of you.
Yeah. All right. And our number 1s?
My number 1 is the opening scene.
Yeah. It was good.
That's my number 1.
Nice.
Yeah, that's also my number 1.
Damn right.
Well, you're both dumb because number 1 is Neil. When are the Neil shirts coming out? Because I would like a shirt that has Neil on it.
Neil before Zod.
Neil before Zod. It's like I can't even think of every the decent. Oh, no! It was really funny when he was like Winnie the Pooh and stuck in that hatch, and it just
oh my god, it was so good.
Like perfect. And it's just like he's gonna save the day. He's like the oaf character that's like I'm always running, but I'm here and nobody gets me. So he's gonna save the day. It's something. It's gonna be awesome.
Love it. No, I love Neil. I'm down for more Neil. He would be my number one, but that opening scene was so good, so Star Wars. It made me happy.
Yeah. Awesome. Andrew, stop, Andrew, stop. Stop trying to be cool.
Guys, sorry that my computers all died. Everything, and my phone died, by the way. Also, my everything was like a perfect storm of muck ups today. But this was fun.
I feel like we're talking to Hal.
I can't let you do that, Heidi.
Do you know how many times I've seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
2001 times?
No. Okay, look at the screen.
Yeah.
What's that shape of? What's that a shape of?
Circle?
A 0.
Oh.
I was gonna say 0 because you fell asleep. It's so boring. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've never even started it. I don't know how I've missed it all these years.
It's boring.
It's a movie that's like you kind of have to take some kind of substance and be like, whoa.
But if it's boring, it sounds like it's something I would really enjoy. So now I'm intrigued.
It's like you gotta watch it just for like the pop culture references. They're like, there it is. There. All those things I saw in a Simpsons episode. Perfect.
All right. So. Let's wrap it up. We all like this episode. Chat, did you like the episode? And do you think Andrew should be canon?
No.
We loved it. We hate Andrew. Oh my god, did you hear that?
Wow.
YouTube has microphones now.
Heidi, you got a book?
Yeah, I got a few.
Nice.
Just go to Amazon, either Ann Drayton, my pen name, or Heidi Fetter, my real name. And
nice.
Not if you're under 18.
But it's Cyber Monday, so come on. Why are you not on?
I don't know. But yeah, when I ran into you in Toronto, and I was at the booth. I think I sold like 3 books, but this one woman goes up to her 13-year-old. She's like, "Ooh, you like books about dragons? Maybe you'd like this." I'm like, "No." No.
Hey, that's okay. It's like it is wild where the book culture is gone now, especially with like book talk and all that. Like people are into different things now, and like I don't know. It's a wonderful time to be a reader, I find. So get Heidi's book now. We tell you right now, people listening. Boop.
Well, it's funny because somebody in Canada did come. I was in Canada, and someone come up to me. Oh my god, I love your books. I'm like,
oh.
So I don't know if she was being nice or.
It's nice when it's like, I think that's like, thank God for the internet. Otherwise, people are like, yo, I know you. Like, why? Why?
She didn't recognize me. She recognized the book, but
yeah. But still, who cares? It's your book.
Or she might have just been nice because she's just oh, here, I feel sorry for the person. I'm gonna tell her I like her books. But it was cool. I just wasn't expecting to be in Canada and somebody saying, "Oh my god, I love your book."
Beautiful. Neil is a treasure. Get out of here, Andrew. That's fan service right there. He's trying to be like, oh, maybe Brock will like me if I say the things he like. Anyways.
All right, Brock, anything else?
Nope. Yeah.
That's because you. Yeah, you love it because you were always scum.
Pirate scum. I mean, rebel scum.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video.